Good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing? Morning, Keith. Morning, Eric from Puerto Rico. Lynn Alfano, good morning. Pam. Tiffany. Eric, good morning. All right, excited to see everybody on this morning. Appreciate you tuning in as always. Good morning, Ollie. Okay, hey, let's jump in real quick. I got some. I'm excited to go over this. I actually did a training on this corporate webinar. Probably a year and a half ago. It's funny how time flies. So, good morning. And I actually put this together on Monday, and there's a reason why I'll tell you in 1 second. But again, for those that are kind of new to Periscope, if you'd like to share this with your team or friends that you know, swipe right or up, depending on whether you have an iPhone or an Android, and then just follow instructions, and you can share it however you like. But I gotta throw it out to Damon Baker from Florida. Damon actually posted a video that on Monday that was him sitting in the back seat of the airliner when he was headed back from Revolution, and the jet's taking off. So it's rolling down the runway faster, 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 and then of course it takes off, and he stuck with it for a little while through the beginning of the climb. And you all, some of you know, and if you don't, I'm a pilot myself, a private pilot, so I'm one of the little guys. But I got a question for you. So let's say you're the one that's sitting in the back of that plane, and obviously you don't know who the pilot is, but do you want that pilot taking off with half throttle, 3/4 throttle? No, you want that guy all in. You want him, it's called firewalling the throttles. You want him all in. So that thing launches when it leaves the runway, right? There's no, okay, maybe we'll take off, maybe we won't, maybe we're going to climb, maybe we'll get up to altitude. No, they're out of there, right? They're gone. So that's the kind of mentality we need to have when we're launching our business. When we do that, look, an airplane gets to altitude at full throttle, at least initially. I'm not going to go through all the different steps, but those guys are all in. They want to get as far from the ground as possible. See, altitude is your friend when you're in an airplane. Now, with our business, we need to be all in. I see people, they're dipping their toe in the water, and I don't know. I'm going to give this a try. Well, I want to be real with you this morning, not like I haven't all other mornings, but here's the reality is this industry, the process, the business, not the company, but the process that you're going to go through of building a business is going to try you. It tries all of us. All right. Now, again, as always, I'm talking with you, not at you. I hate to use Logan's terminology, but it's a good way of putting it. So, but you got to be all in. We all do, because if our mentality is, well, I'll give it a try, and hopefully it works for me, kind of thing, it's really kind of an employee mentality. We need to have an entrepreneurial mentality. We need to have a commitment level. And I understand when we start, our belief level is not necessarily that high, but we need to have a commitment level that says, nothing's stopping me. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to change the life of my family. I'm all in, and in my case, I'm going to man up and go make this happen. Okay. Now, if you're a woman that's involved, obviously we got a ton of women. Listen, women are way better at this business typically than the men. As a general rule, they are. Men, sorry, it is what it is, right? But obviously, hey, our top income earner is a woman, right? So anyway, but you know what, guys? Put your big boy boxers on, girls. Put your big boy panties or big girl panties on, and go run. Go do this. Because if you don't have an all-in mentality, then when you get that first rejection or that first difficult time, that first trying time, it's easy to say out, to just fade away and drop out because mentally you haven't bought in. Okay. And it's easy just because the buy-in financially, we don't have a whole lot of skin in the game. It's reality. Marty Wynn, actually, National Presidential Director last night at our presentation was coincidentally talking about this. But he gave the example, look, if you're starting a bricks and mortar business, it's hundreds of thousands, if not millions, to start this. So if you're launching your business, you're going to be out front. You're going to have flyers all over the place. You're going to have balloons up. You're going to have radio stations and all this kind of stuff. And that's a great analogy. When a brick and mortar business, because there's a huge buy-in and everything's at risk, they're all in. Okay, they have no choice. They've got probably their entire life savings, their retirement, everything on the line. It's all at risk. Failure is not an option. If you have that attitude with network marketing, that failure is not an option, then you can win. But you have to be committed. So, and here's the other thing. This is why this is a very important thought process and mentality. Your prospects that you're going to share the business with, they will gauge your commitment level, your excitement, your motivation. They can read this. They can see it in your eyes. They can see it in your actions. You have to have that all-in, committed, I can't believe I got a hold of this. Let's go lock arms and run with this. And you have to create a fear of loss with them. For them to feel like, man, if I don't go do this with them, with you, then I'm going to miss out. Okay? And that's something, we don't want to be fake about it, obviously. We never want to do that. Good morning, Jim Christia. But it's dream big. I talked a few weeks ago, I guess, about Deion Sanders. What got him through the downtimes in college and NFL? It was that his dream was bigger than him. And he says, if your dream's not bigger than you, then there's something wrong with your dream. So dream big, think big, and take massive action. So why do we need to do that? Well, we need to have a sense of urgency. My sense of urgency in the beginning was nobody is going to share this business with someone I know except me. Why is that? Well, it's very simple. With our prior company, I'm not going to name any names, we had an instance where I was at a presentation and there was someone I personally brought into the business that was out of town. He was on vacation. This is like 3 weeks after we launched. And it's what Bob Cooper describes as a puke moment. Okay. And anyway, so I was at a presentation with Logan Stout. And it was actually the first one I ever spoke at. And I remember we were finished and we're talking with folks and somebody walks up and speaks to someone next to me who is not on my team and says, hey, I just happened to be here. I walked in to grab some lunch. We were at a country club, or excuse me, a yacht club actually. And I saw this. This is awesome. Who can I sign up with? And of course, the person he asked said, me, right? And signed him up. Well, 3-4 days later, we're walking into another presentation. Logan and I were there. And we're in the venue, actually in my neighborhood. Some of you that were with us in that prior company might remember. And in walks the person I brought into the business. This is a double door. He comes in one side, and in the other side comes the person who walked up to the other person from the other team and asked, who do I sign up with? Well, the person I brought in, who had been away on vacation, turns to the other one and with a look of amazement and goes, what are you doing here? And the other one goes, oh man, I signed up like 3-4 days ago. This is awesome, man. What are you doing here? And the guy that I brought into the business says what I wish he could have taken back, and I wish I could have taken it back for him, was I was going to call you. I can tell you that has never happened to me, okay? And I don't say that to boast. It's all about taking massive action. It's being committed to your success and never letting anybody that's on your list come into the business with somebody else, especially, obviously, somebody who's not on your team. Look, if they're on your list, they're on somebody else's list. And the more successful, connected, and influential they are, the higher likelihood there is that they're on many, many lists, not only from other teams with our company, but other companies. So the last thing you want to do is have somebody go with another company. So, look, I kind of equated to this. I remember, and again, it's about taking massive action. Don't worry about being perfect. Okay, you're going to make mistakes. Forgive yourself, learn from it, and move on. I know I've spoken about that also, but I remember when I started learning to fly. Well, here's the real thought process in the question. When it was time for me to learn to fly, do you think I sat around and read about it and thought about it and wanted to know everything about flying before I went up? Absolutely not. I went flying. Now, you think I went flying by myself? No way. They wouldn't let me down. They're not going to trust me with an airplane by myself. I've never flown, right? So what I did was I went flying with an expert. Third party. So the pilot, the instructor, is sitting to my right, and I'm sitting on the left. We take off. I fly the plane. Do you think I did it right? Parts, yeah. But I didn't take off, and I didn't land. Those are the two most important parts of flying, right? So the instructor did that part. But then after 2 or 3 flights, then I was taking off. And then I was landing. So as we grow through the process, I grew through that process. And this is 21 years ago I started flying. I didn't solo for 12 hours. I had third party with me, next to me, walking me through, coaching me. That's one of the keys. I was coachable, right? And he prepared me for a solo. So when you become a part of the business, you don't have to solo. You're not alone. You have upline support. You have upline leadership that are there to help you. Engage them and run with them. Learn from them. Okay? Be the person who's watching what they do and learn how to do it. And within 10 or 12 hours, coincidentally, you should be able to solo. Okay, and actually less than that, probably 3 to 4. Okay, it's not an airplane. And listen, you don't have to be perfect. It's okay. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and that's the key that a lot of people kind of need to get over. So, again, when we started, we took massive action. If you're just getting started in this business, or maybe things aren't going the way you need them to, start over. Restart, relaunch your business. You can always relaunch. You can always be brand new in this industry. So relaunch, reach out to people, be excited. Remember the excitement you had in the beginning. Listen, if you were at Revolution, chances are you are beyond fired up right now. I am. I am over the top with excitement. What we had, what we saw, what we were given, the experience, spending time with everybody, being able to get to know everybody more, strengthening relationships that we already had, and also creating new relationships. It was the most amazing 3.5 days ever. I mean, it was the best event I've ever been to. So, and we all need to be plugged in. That's kind of not what I'm here to talk about, but make sure you're launching, okay? Have a big business mentality, a big commitment mentality. You got to be all in. Doesn't mean you walk away from your job. Don't get me wrong. But you can be all in for 5 hours a week. You can be all in for 10 hours a week. You can be all in and just having conversations throughout your day. When somebody complains and says, man, oh my gosh, I didn't get any sleep last night. I'm so tired. I'm beat. I'm run down. I'm this. I'm that. Da, da, da. You have the solution. Keep your ears open and eyes open and understand that there are people in need. They are desperate for a solution. They need to be rescued. And if you have the big business all in, I'm committed, nothing is going to stop me, no matter what kind of ups and downs and what kind of rejection or whatever that I get. Listen, people laughed at me in the beginning. They don't laugh at me anymore. They're still working their jobs, okay? And I hope this isn't too preachy, but again, I'm speaking with you, not at you. We're so humbled and so blessed. When we share this, and when I see any top income earner in any company in the industry, and folks that aren't with companies anymore, they're doing generic training. They want the best for you. That's what we want. We want everybody in our company to have what we have. So I hope that all makes sense to you, and I hope I'm relaying this message right. So. But the one thing, again, be coachable, make sure everything's duplicatable. I know I spoke about that yesterday or the day before. But This is the key. Be willing to pay your price. Want to pay your price. I've always wanted to pay my price. I've had a desire to go out and pay my price. I'm the only one that can do it. And you've got to be willing to pay your price because you can get anything you want out of this industry, out of the business, out of the company. You can be anywhere you want, but you have to believe that because it's true. And I know it because I can do it. And trust me, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I'm just being honest with you. Well, listen, I want to close with this quote. I found this actually last night. Love this. From, excuse me, I'm fighting a little bit of a cold here. From Mark Cuban. Work like someone is working 24 hours a day to take it away from you. I can tell you they are. Don't let it happen. Don't let anybody else get with your prospects. You get with them. Go knock this thing out of the park. You know, I say every day, it's your day. Go get it. Go own the day. Make sure today something positive happens in your business and keep doing it. Boy, sorry about that. Keep going at it until something positive happens in your business. You can do it. Have an amazing day. I look forward to tomorrow morning spending some time together again. And actually look forward to seeing everyone in Frederick tonight. I'll be out there. So have a great day. We'll talk with you tomorrow.